Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Why am I getting rid of that? I needed that still. You go right there. Hi, Twitch. Welcome in, Sailor. Happy to see you, Zahara. Happy Friday, everyone. Start our stream off with coffee as usual here. How you know I haven't been doing dishes just before stream? The hot water warps the sink. Ooh, forgot my mug. Forgot my water glass too. Ah, overpoured that actually. Wow. I almost never have that much water. I just trust the kettle and not have enough water these days. Do both of these. No, I am not in Cincinnati. I live in Sonoma County. Yes, Nan Reader, I will be doing spaghetti. Well, it won't be. I'm doing fresh pasta, so it's not specifically spaghetti. It's not going to be round. It's going to be square, but roughly the same size. Hey, Splits. But to go back to Sailor, I live in Sonoma County. I've had Skyline Chili twice in my life that I can recall. I think only twice. Giving it my own chance here. I think I've tried it once before, making it once before on stream. I don't know for sure or not if I have. I horrible memory. Let's get rid of this timer. Sort of feel like I should make this slightly even tighter of a shot. I used to have it a little bit more. I used to have 3 different levels. I used to have all the way up. I used to have sort of like close in, just on the edges of the board, and then I was trying to remember the name of the other one earlier today when I was talking in Discord with people. What is the other one that's out there? Is it like Gold Star? It's gold something. Cheers, folks. Thank you for joining me tonight. Oh, there's more than just the 2 big ones? Well, I assume there's probably a bunch of smaller individual ones. Let's start off by cutting some onion tonight. I'm just going to use a single white onion since this thing was huge for my plans tonight. Let's see, is that too leathery for me? Nah, we can probably keep that. Oh, no, I lied. That it is. That it is. Yeah, I don't buy white onions very often, but I definitely wanted some white onion for on top of this tonight. So I've got a couple of yellow onions over there, but I figure since I already got this huge thing, I'm going to use this for both. We'll throw some onion in the actual chili too, and not just on the top. Onion soup time? I haven't heard many. I should check. I'm sure I have several friends who have worked private chef jobs on mostly kids that I know from college. Kids, I mean, they're my age, but they have worked private chef jobs on yachts and stuff like that. I'm sure there's 101 stories out there. And I would like to hear them all because what is this method of onion chopping called? Very slowly done, but typically the way that I've always been taught to chop on dice an onion. You cut in on the sides, through it, and then cross. I don't like doing this a lot. I don't do this a lot, to be honest. So I'm probably not I'm much better at chopping things in other directions in different ways. And even with onion often being the, like, are you any good in the kitchen? Can you chop an onion? You got a nice sharp knife, it's gonna cut just about anything nice and easy, so. Yeah, that thing. That's too much onion even for doing this, but. Well, I do food for a couple of days on my streams. If you notice my schedule, it's spammed in chat. I do 4 streams a week. And so I'm cooking for myself for at least 2 days here. See if we can't cut this side a little smoother. Yep, 2 ways. Just chili and noodles. And then you have beans, onions, and cheese. And I think I'm going to saute these because these were slightly larger than this batch on average. And start heating up our pan over here. Throwing a bit of sunflower oil. I've got my nice, I will just use this. So we got our onions set for tonight. I bought canned beans and I bought canned tomato, even though in the middle of tomato season, canned tomato. Some of the best produce in the world, and yeah, canned tomato. Use some regular garlic. Oh, we got some free cloves in here already. We'll steal the free cloves. Hey, buns. And ham hock, too. I guess I'm just ignoring Chad. I'm sorry. Streamer not doing his job. I mean, Twitch has already fired me, so I mean. We smoking back there behind me yet? We should be. Turn the heat off for a moment here. Oh, we're starting off with easy words tonight. Scramble. Coffee break. Oh, you can do it after. Used to have to do it for each round. Mincing up some, well, not mincing up, but chopping up some hard neck garlic to go with our onions. Most of the recipes that I read for replicating this were using dehydrated garlic flakes in the recipe. Then again, everyone copies, like, if you look at recipes on the web, they'll all be the same because you can't copyright the actual recipe. That's why they're all the same on the, well, they're all the same on the internet, and then you get the, you know, like 4-page blog, so they can say, oh, but this recipe was tied in with the story, and because the story is copyrightable. That's why cookbooks are basically like merch. The info in them, unless you're doing like actual studies and stuff, unless you're, you know, developing new techniques, which, let's be honest, it's why like 99% of cookbooks are like, well, not 99, but like a solid 95% of cookbooks are just fluff. Just fluff. Here's this recent celebrity that's in the news. Let's make a book about him. Oh, hey, let's turn the camera on. I don't know if this water is waterproof. That's probably not a good plan. That name is familiar. I think I had to do something for one of those in a class once. Now we'll wait until it gets just to the edge of smoking. Again, I use sunflower oil. I tend to like to use that for cooking. It's a relatively high heat oil. Why did you stop following me, camera? Follow me, camera. There you go. Let's turn you on too. Let's make you follow me too. Give you a moment to warm up. So yeah, I got all rushed around, did a bunch of cleaning this morning. Did a little, well, not very noticeable cleaning, but you know, sort of the stuff you don't get to normally cleaning stuff. Starting to feel the heat off of that. What's new with everyone else out there tonight? What are we making for dinner tonight, everybody? Well, what can I say, Hemhawk? So we're gonna sear off the garlic and onions, get some nice color on them, start reducing them down to turn them into part of our sauce. Or our chili. How dare I refer to chili as a sauce? It's a meal and a sauce. Everyone excited for the weekend? Any new exciting plans for the weekend? Everyone's stuck at home playing Starfield, watching Starfield. Seems like everyone's streaming Starfield right now. I haven't really looked at it other than about 30 seconds of Shroud. Oh, hey, Zeeks. No, not. I did notice your status in Discord, though. Hamhawk donating a weekly theme to Buns? That's awesome. I'm gonna give that to Buns. I'm not sure what was going on there. That one link has been a little flaky. Pepperidge Farm buns, huh? I don't know that I've ever bought Pepperidge Farm buns. I don't know if they sell them around me. I certainly know Pepperidge Farm. Welcome back in, Frothy. Come back, chat. There we go, bot. I don't know why that is. Why isn't that showing up either? Why is everything all messed up? I don't know why that was off. Oh well. We got that set. And remove the onions and garlic since we got some nice color on them. We'll continue cooking them later on. But we're building that fond in the pan. We're building that flavor. We start off with our onions and our veggies, and you want to put other stuff in there, shrooms or anything like that. Saute them, sear them off, get some color on them. Then we switch back to the beef. I'm gonna add a bit more oil since I went with some low-fat beef again. This is certainly a dish that you can use some heavier fat beef in, but it's also a dish where we can add other oils. We can add healthier oils instead. Your choice. Buns popped in and then disappeared. She hopped in and then out. You're good, Ham Hock. You've been hanging out with us. You've been chilling in the chat for quite a while. Well, that's going to be from the 8th through the 13th. And it's going to be the last themed week we can do until break, until I go and say goodbye to the internet for a week and disconnect and see what the world is like without the internet constantly in front of my face. I put it in the calendar there, Ham Hock. I'll wait for her to hang out again. If not, I'll pester her in the Discord. I'm fine with that. We can do that. You want to split in two? That works for me. Gets me just another side to sear. Welcome, Will. How you doing? Happy Friday. Have a great one, Ham Hock. Searing the meat. I already salted that pretty heavily. Let's do a little alternative salt and pepper. Out of pepper. Are you against searing your meat? True. It is cheap fast food. They probably use water instead of beef stock too. I don't hate you. You just end up with more steamed meat than seared. And typically more, and traditionally and typically people tend to overcook it when they do that way, but you can do it this way too, easily. Hey, actual pepper coming out of there now. Add the onions back in here. Do I have any left in here? I think I used it all. Oh, there's maybe something in that. Maybe. Not enough, though, I don't think. Gotta pierce the cap, chat. I almost did it without showing chat. Tomatoes. Canned tomatoes. All right, we're going to definitely need some chili. We definitely need some. No worries, Buns. Welcome back. You got a Chant Weekly theme donated to you. So we need a theme idea from you. Not to put you on the spot, you're welcome to think about that. Little cumin. Going a little heavy on the spice tonight. Just feeling adventurous with spice. Let's do a little splash of garlic powder on top of the fresh garlic. Want to get all of that garlic flavor in there. Ancho chili. Which, if you know ancho peppers, is a much deeper note. It's not going to be spicy. It's going to be almost smoky. I don't know that I've had moose. I've had bison meat, but... And I just stopped the music. That's amazing. My $30 earbuds stopped the music. And then, yeah, I am doing I'm not doing any cinnamon. I might do some nutmeg. Let's do some nutmeg in there too. I am gonna put a little pinch of cocoa in here too, but not nearly as much as I'm doing of the other stuff. That was maybe a teaspoon. Yeah, they probably use other similar flavors. There's a whole bunch of very similar flavors to chocolate that you can use when it comes to stuff that's not just in your typical supermarket. All right, so we've added all of that. Let's do a pinch of cayenne and a pinch of nutmeg, and we'll call it a day as far as that. If I can find my cayenne. A little shake of cayenne in there. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to, well, they probably don't even make it themselves. Like, they probably, there's companies out there, like tomato companies out there and stuff like that, that a lot of the companies that do like canned tomatoes and stuff like that will do custom large batch orders for companies. I've toured a tomato processing plant in Sacramento long ago, like almost like 15, 20 years ago, that used to do all the pizza sauce for Papa John's. Don't chat. And so it's probably something like that. They're probably hitting up some major processor, because they can do, if you've seen steam kettles in commercial kitchens, they have like bigger, like big as my kitchen, bigger ones that they can do for large batch stuff. And because I have it, I don't think this is in the recipe. I'm just gonna use it up. I'm gonna throw a jalapeno in there. I mentioned Papa John's. There, I mentioned it again. I've already forgot what I was talking about, Buns. Yeah, Buns is from Ohio. So we go back talking about how I dislike Ohio and how much she loves it. There we go. Just let that simmer. Okay, what else do we need to get going here? Oh, yeah, pasta. I have to make pasta tonight. I totally forgot to buy flour. I was going to buy 00 flour just for tonight. Just because I haven't had 00 flour for a minute. I guess we're doing AP flour. Not a big deal. Yeah, it makes me wonder why Ohio keeps trying. I forgot to add a little Worcestershire sauce. Trying this differently tonight. I bought this box of pre-made broth stock entirely just because they branded it as stock. They actually stopped using that stupid term broth. You kick the heat down, or kick the heat down. Okay, Emerald. Turn the heat down here. It's more a personal thing for me than most anything else, but they've been calling stock broth for ages now. It's hard quick on the cheese. To me, a broth, you're cooking with you're cooking with bones, but you're cooking with meat too. Like, it's sort of a old school. We've got scraps of meat from the animal that we have hanging over there, or we've got stuff going bad that we need to get rid of, or, you know, in a large, like, estate, like an old school vineyard, or, you know, and so it's not just, you know, bones with little scraps on it. It's like actual, like, pieces of meat. So, thank you, Swanson, for properly marketing your product. It's the one thing that I really get, the one definition thing that I really get. Well, that, and I don't talk about this nearly as much, but I can't stand that there's so many bisques out there. The definition of a bisque is it's a soup that's using shellfish. So, you know, tomato bisque, potato bisque, whatever bisque, they wrong name. Why did I just try to put the eggs away in the flour location? That's still boiling too hot. Probably gonna have to hit that with a bit more salt, but I did hit that beef and the onions pretty heavy when I was searing them. Exactly, Zahara. It's like gourmet, even though nowadays gourmet, at least, someone says gourmet and I think overpriced shop that's selling someone else's stuff. There's actually a brand called Sonoma Gourmet. They make like pasta sauces and stuff like that here in the county. And I just see that, I'm like just the name alone, I won't want anything to do with your product. It's sort of like the word fresh. That's another one that gets me. Like, everyone wants to market their food as fresh. What's your definition of fresh? What's Chat's definition of fresh? How many weeks old is fresh? Or natural. Natural's another good one. Pretty sure animal feces is natural. You want that in your food? Thank you, Buns. Appreciate the rates. Yeah, Civet coffee, which you shouldn't buy, by the way. The vast majority of that stuff is people doing it, just for the name, mistreating animals. It's a little like animal fighting in the U.S. But it gets passed around as one of those things like, it's gourmet. It's fine. It's fine dining. We sold a bunch of it to some rich dude at some point, and he marketed it for us. Could still use more flour. Let's see here. You're getting close. Aw, I like coffee. I will admit it is something that's certainly it's certainly an acquired flavor. It's something you have to be like extremely cold, tired, and stuck outside, or sort of a thing, to gain a real appreciation for. At least it did me. Yeah, let's add a bit more flour. I haven't tried it. What do people think? Anyone in chat been playing it? Anyone else got anyone? Well, I don't, but anyone got early access? Nice, Seeks. Ah, music stopped on me again. Oops. No Man's Sky. Yeah, I've actually been sort of like, do I give it a shot? I mean, I'm torn. I'm tempted to give it a shot. Especially now that you're saying that it's not survival. Yeah, I've never played Fallout, but I've always really enjoyed. They've done some great marketing over the years, and all the marketed stuff they have, the fake products and everything in their game are amazing. All the I don't want to keep adding too much more flour, but it is ever still so too sticky. Just a little too sticky. We'll give that a minute here or two to rest. We're still going to need the flour. I have never gotten big into horror. I'm not like... The whole blood rush just doesn't get to me. It just, doesn't excite me. But it is fun watching people play that game. You know, both sides of that game. That game is great. Dead by Daylight. All of the recent horror ones that have been coming out with the same sort of like enemy versus a team of Let's shred up some cheese while we're waiting on our dough to relax a little bit. And for our chili to keep chillifying. Chilification. Quit stopping my music, earbud. Just trying to get you to stick back in my ear. Stay there. I've tried all of the different fittings. None of them work. But hey, $30. None of them worked when I had the expensive Samsung ones either. I still have the Samsung ones. I haven't... There's something about certain electronics that I've had in my life that I just can't part with them. I sort of understand. My dad used to collect all sorts of computer stuff. He still does, but he does a lot less of it now. It used to irritate me so much as a kid. I completely understand now. But like, I've got these Samsung earbuds, and they've done what earbuds do. You have earbuds for 2-3 years, and they basically just stop being able to produce music. They get really quiet, and so the one earbud that I've been using all the time are the Samsung earbuds, of the ones that I have, is dead. Like, the other one works perfectly fine. Can use it, go and listen to podcasts and stuff like that when I'm out walking, and actually fits a little bit more comfortably in my ear than these. But yeah, I've completely like killed it. Oh, let's throw some beans in our chili. I'm not going to do the beans separate. I don't know if they do the beans separate or not, or if they just have two pots going, one with and without. I know they do the onions and the cheese separate. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Oh, I need the cap to strain you. Oh. I just said lol. I don't know why. I don't normally do that. Have you heard me say lol before, chat? Like, other than like that? I guess I am getting old. I am rinsing the lovely bean juice off of our beans. So there's our beautiful dark red kidney beans going in there. This is getting a bit thicker than I want it to be for purposes tonight, so I'm going to add a bit more beef stock in there. So is this a Joey B chili? I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that. I'm sorry if that cancels myself. Hi, chat. Ah, yeah, I don't follow football either. Apparently there's this other dude named Jason Taylor in the football scene. Yeah, it's sort of annoying. He takes over my Google search. Just glad I don't live in Florida. It's sort of one of those good things and bad things. Like, even if you search my name here in this county, it's sort of hard to find me. Good and bad. I mean, there's also, I believe, a Canadian judge named Jason Taylor. And then there's like, I don't know. I know growing up, I had like 5 or 6 pages of Taylors just in my local Yellow Pages. Back when people used Yellow Pages, you remember those? Do you still get Yellow Pages, everybody? I don't think I've gotten one in year. I used to get them. Do I still have mine? I don't see it down there, and I'm not going digging. My bottom drawer here has like it's like the catalog drawer. It's got the old user manuals for things, like the original user manuals for the stuff here in this apartment. And Jonathan Taylor Thomas. He was the one that left early and made his name. I don't always tide, but yeah, I do enjoy it. I've done it several times before. And it is sort of in the theme, like you read the recipes for it, and there's quite a few of them that have this in it, as far as Cincinnati Chili recipes. Someone in chat earlier said that they don't think that it was in the actual recipes of the restaurants, but there's all sorts of things that they can put in there that are cocoa-like. Maracry? Not familiar. I don't know if I have enough cheese, chat. You know, I agree and disagree with that, Menuville. Thank you for the follow. Alerts will eventually catch up to it. I think this is too chunky for traditional Cincinnati chili, but it's still going to taste amazing, and I don't care. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, there's several things that I can think of where, yeah, you can have too much cheese. Like, you can put too much cheese on a pizza, and you get that, like, thick, almost like cheese curd, like, chew to it. Or that, the Tide's got an example there, and that reminds me of the Burger King thing in Japan just recently, where they had like a one-day thing where they were serving, it was basically a burger bun with like 20 slices of cheese. Okay, Google, set an alarm for 6 a.m. All right, let's roll out some pasta that's sticking to the bowl, because it's still got too much moisture. It's still too moist. Using that word chat. It is going to require quite a bit of flour as I roll it out, because it is moist. So it stops it, but it doesn't start it. Like cottage cheese. Wondering if our scramble's going X-rated there. Well, first off would be serving it over spaghetti, which is what I think of when I think of Cincinnati chili. However, it's also often served over conies. It does tend to be a slightly thinner chili so that you can pour it over things such as spaghetti and chili, or spaghetti and conies. There tends to be more of the spices in the cinnamon, nutmeg, cocoa area than the... You still have the pepper and the heat and the stuff like that, but it's more in that more earthy flavor area. I mean, you'll find those flavors in barbecue chilies and stuff like that too. It's just, it's a little more emphasized in this version. It's not very, well, the versions that I've had of it haven't been very spicy, but it's a fast food dish. There's several chains in the Ohio area that serve it. And so it's a very approachable. And I don't remember if they had like hot sauce on the counters or not. I don't think that they did. Still pulling and tearing a little too much for my liking. Like I said, I was worried it was going X-rated. Getting there. Starting to get a bit smoother. A little less craggly, breaking apart and by the way, chat, I'm absolutely refusing to change the Twitter logo in my slideshow or on my blackboard. It's staying the bird. Sorry, Alon. Not that I've been using... I basically gave up Twitter when he took over. But I still have my account there. I still keep trying to log in occasionally. You know, occasionally someone puts something on there that I have to go to there to see it. I think for a short period right at the beginning, Twitter was amazing. And then corporate America tried to turn it into something that had to be profitable. They're still trying to turn it into something that has to be profitable. Okay, I think we're finally to the point we're getting smooth enough. We got enough flour worked into this that it's maybe possible to start scaling it down in thickness. I agree our world would be much better with less social media. But at the same time, it's really just a progression of the internet. Like, the whole thing with the internet is, I used to see the internet as, you know, oh, it was going to be great. We can combine everyone, get everyone to know stuff. You know, we have the central repository of information. And reality is, it's just, we've created this giant universe that's even wider than our normal world, so people can hide in smaller corners of it than ever before. And I've sort of made this this also made me sort of realize that I'm not really looking forward to space travel with our culture, our people, as it is today either. Because the second that we colonize Mars, it's going to become, oh, you're one of those Mars people. You know, it's gonna be sort of like Total Recall. You're too good for Earth. You had to move out. That or it'll be the other way around, you know. But yeah, Zeeks, I don't see it as being the luxury resort. I think it's much more likely going to be the penal camp. The new Russian gulag. Yeah, pretty much. I agree, Tide. It's not something I don't want to go to war with Russia or China. It's probably more likely it's Russia, but if it was China, China would probably use Russia as a proxy before. The same thing goes true for Korea. I don't want any of them to get mad at us, or Iran. We get in a serious war with Russia, and yeah. I touched on population and population age before in a previous stream. That's a major concern when it comes to both of those, Russia and China. Russia and China are both lined up to be the next Japan here, where they're in for a big bust in their population. And so, in the case of Russia, remaining a world power, basically their only option is war right now. I'm talking average age of the population. You know, something that's only one of those figures that you can't really change immediately overnight unless you're lying about how many what your population is. Well, China's, you get into China, there's so many things with China that it's way too complicated for me to even think. Russia, it's pretty simple in comparison. They need oil and natural gas sales in order to survive. It's about all they got left. But with China, you also have the economy issues there. You have situations where their national debt makes ours look puny. Like, their debt levels are massive. And they're currently going through some, they're having their 2008 moment right now, as they're saying. And yeah. Like, the actual impact on the US is probably not going to be all that huge, because these days China is only about, it's sort of scary and not scary at the same time. China is only about 10% of our export market these days. All right, so that's rolled out to the thickness that I want for my spaghetti, my square spaghetti. I think that's more marketing, and like, there was a recent, there was a great article, a great video I just watched about that recently. The amount of land that China owns, I was worried about it for a bit too, the tide, because I was reading articles about that and that sort of a thing. They own like something like 0.01% of our farmland. They own next to none of our farmland in actual numbers. So, yeah, while I'm not in love with them buying up farmlands secretly near our Air Force bases here in California, I think the rest of it's a little overblown. The thing that does worry me about China is they very much are about the, the uncle down the street talking to the city police. You very much have that happening internationally with these unofficial, official Chinese police stations popping up and being busted by countries all over the place. I'll run this through once more after cutting it. Yeah, and there was talk of them doing stuff in Cuba, which is always lovely, because Cuba's always been great at spying on us. And they're smart enough to have moved on from Russia to China. Which is saying something, Bolivia. But China, I mean, you look at the US situation, China is just trying to catch up here. I mean, we have not so small bases in Korea, Japan. We have not so small bases, we're there protecting Taiwan. Basically, there's this dotted line of islands where the US is essentially like surrounding China. Like, they have no access to the Pacific without going past us. And so we'll start our first cut on our pasta. And since we're doing fresh pasta, I'm gonna have to get some water boiling, some actual water boiling. A little too much in there. Yep, that's what the saying is. I've joked about that before with chat. Is it mean? Does it count when chat watches my water? Not me, Buns. By the way, Buns, did you pick a theme idea? I didn't catch if you did or not. Won't catch. Catch. $20, huh? What size wool? We're waiting on water anyways. Let's see if I can't quick roll this back out. Chili cam. Is that like related to the kiss cam? No fork whipping. I don't know if that would do justice to the meat or not. That ended up being a smaller piece than I thought. We're gonna cheat this one a little bit. Fold it. Make it longer. Longer. Yeah, I've said earlier, and this is definitely thicker than I would expect the restaurant one to be. Ah, that's still not coming out nice. I guess we can use those. We can throw some flour on those. Eh. I do try to make tasty food. That is something I do work at. I know it isn't very well conveyed through Twitch. I'm sorry. I Taste Division inventors out there, get at me. It ain't no Skyline chili. Skyline's tasty, but this ain't Skyline. Hi, chat. How we doing here on our boil? We boiling yet? Not yet. Guess we chillin', chat. Yeah, that's the problem with being on the Pacific Coast. Why did I just try and put my can opener in the refrigerator? I don't understand myself sometimes. I can understand if you don't understand me sometimes.
Dollar
chat.
message.
Thank you for that sub. And Sailor, because you have subbed, I have to ask you a question now. I need your input. Oh, Discord, why aren't you captioning? There we go. So next month, around the 15th, maybe actually on the 15th since it's a stream night, I'm gonna be making jam. And so, I need to know, Zahara, what is your choice? I think I know Zahara's choice. But thank you for that gift sub, which I read as a sub by the lovely Savory Sailor. Hello, Hamhock. And so we need a choice on this, Zahara. I'm guessing you're gonna pick Apple. Yeah, it's a new thing I'm starting this month, Tide. Going to be changing up, having different projects every month, and those who donate support the stream, etc. Going to be fielding their intake on, either quantity, maybe a ratio of what we put in the recipe, or in this case, what your choice of jam is. And so right now, Apple Cinnamon's just taking it away. Which is sort of befitting, because before Sonoma was wine country, it was apple country. Then people up north trying to steal those titles from us now. Gotta salt your water, chat. And I love local strawberries here. It's one of my favorite things about Sonoma. We just have such amazing strawberries here in California when they're in season. Just gorgeous. I think I would have to, if I moved away from Sonoma, moved away from California, I'd definitely have to be growing some strawberries. Just because I can't deal with Driscolls. No, Driscolls, no. Oh, please, no. Thanks for stopping in, Ham Hock. Nice, the tide. Unfortunately, studies have shown that a lot of that flavored stuff, you can certainly get great flavors. I'm not saying that they're lying. You're reminding me of the fact that many people do. And so a lot of that stuff that's listed as flavored honeys in stores is flavored. Also, a vast majority of honey is not local, whether they sell it as local or not. What you have a lot of happening is people will import, because you can get it from China really cheap. But any sort of imported honey into the US, just on national importation standards, is irradiated. And so it just doesn't have all those benefits, all those goodies growing in it that natural honeys do. And so what you have is a lot of local small honey producers or beekeepers that produce honey, and then they buy a gallon of, or a 50-gallon barrel of Chinese honey and pour their gallon of their local honey into the 50-gallon barrel of, and sell it all as local, because there's local honey in there, right? Sort of the old restaurant thing. You'd have margarine. Back in the day, margarine was incredibly cheaper than butter. And so a lot of restaurants would serve you butter, but in the back they would have taken 9 pounds of margarine and added 1 pound of butter to it. And so, like, most of the major newspapers and that have done stories along that line with honey. They'll try local ones and they'll do a test on it. And yeah, I mean, I need water. And it's not playing right. It's still not playing. Why isn't it playing? It's not a photo. There we go. Now it's playing right. How come you're no boiling yet? Chad, are you watching my water? Get the ad out of the camera, out of the scene. Let's go, water. I got pasta to boil. Menu with the dad joke. How is Chef? Sweating. But otherwise, I've been chilling. Today's been cool. Like, I was sitting here at like 2 o'clock today. I was like, I want to stream. The kitchen's clean. Everything's ready to go. Why can't I stream? It's not 4:30 yet. Why aren't you following me, camera? Why don't you follow me? There we go. Yeah, now you're following me. Congrats, Sarah. Woohoo! How come you don't? You follow me, but you don't follow my head? It's because it's too cropped. I try. We can do this, though. Or chat can do that. Cosmic tuckered out from all that moving stuff. And yeah, it's Friday. It's time to chill. Relax. Be right back. Time to relax, have a drink. Cheers. Congrats, Cosmic. Stay away from IKEA. I don't know. My last trip to IKEA was very uninspired. I mean, I bought some stuff. I got my new salad spinner up there. That's one of the things I remember. Overall, I just feel like it's nowhere near the store it was when it made its big splash on the scene and opened up all over the US. It's an experience, Sahara. It's an experience. It's a little bit like, well, there's parts to it that I very much dislike. And there's parts to it that I think are amazing. Like, I love how they've gone through things and designed things to be cheaper and easy to pack and easy to... All that stuff's awesome. How they've come up with a whole, they're all built the same so you can use the same tools and use the same... That's awesome. I can't stand stores, and IKEA is one of the worst at it. Costco is another one where I just feel like a head of cattle in the place. Like, you gotta filter us through, and we gotta follow the path, and keep in the way, and... No. Welcome, Fry. I am well. Has some amazing cinnamon rolls. I have not had their cinnamon rolls. I've had their meatballs. Buns, did you pick a theme for next week? I still didn't see that if you did. I missed it. Sorry, Buns. No, highlighting it probably doesn't help me for that. Hungarian Polish? Awesome. Excuse me. I definitely wouldn't notice that either, menu. One of the advantages and disadvantages of using the bot to see most of my text. she she highlighted it too. Boil already, water. Why you no boiling? Boily, boily. Oh, that's fun. We're in the middle of we're just finishing an ad. And our pre-rolls are already off for another 30 minutes. Still think I can maybe do another snooze there. Yeah, let's do one more there. We might have a little bit of overlap. Oh well. How we doing, chat? You still cute? Wow, everyone on tonight. Eat a party tonight. Water, you're not boiling yet. Why aren't you boiling? Yay, menu. I think I'm just gonna call you menu from now on. I've sort of called you menu all along, but I'm making it official. Oh, I see bubbles. It's bubbling at least. Just get a bowl out here and get that prep for our pasta when it comes out. I'm pretty sure that they don't do what I'm going to do with my pasta either. I'm going to toss my pasta in a bit of butter and olive oil before I add the chili. I'm doubting that they ever do that. Some thin slices of butter so that when the hot pasta touches it, just sort of instantly melts. I'll use the Goodfellas method. So thin that it liquefies. Well, I don't think you're terrible. Really? What server did you play on? There's Thule. I played on Saren. I think there's Thule and Saren are friends these days. I don't remember. I stopped around Legacy of Acacia. Somewhere in there. Oh yeah. I actually gave it a second shot here a while back. And I was just upset and I ended up bailing on it because when I basically quit, I had like the top beast lord on server, like level 70, absolutely kitted out, top planes of power stuff, top was working on Legacy of Acacia and what is it, the Dungeons and Nora stuff. And like I got in there and it was like the only, like I was gonna have to grind forever on EverQuest terms, forever, in order to get up close, or I could pay him a ton of money and just get like boosted right up there. And it's like I'm starting the game all over again when I had already played through several times before. Excuse me. But I loved EverQuest. I have over 500 days played. I was a guide for a while. Yeah. That is the perfect joke, Dad joke. Thank you for that joke. I didn't laugh at it, but it's hilarious. That one's a repeat. We've seen that one here. Am I going late or is Linus early tonight? How long have I been streaming? Almost 3 hours? Okay, we're doing okay. We're getting there. I mean, basically we're boiling the pasta and then dinner's set for tonight. So we're pretty close here, chat. We're just waiting on the water. I added the butter over here. I didn't add the olive oil. So I'm gonna add a little olive oil in this pan too. But yeah, I long for the old days of EverQuest and probably don't care for anything that's available out there today. You know, it's not the same time. It's not the sort of a thing. I've thought about giving several of the reboot servers a shot, but I look at them and I'm just like, the other thing with EverQuest is it's just so old of a game now. Like, even with the ability to update and do all sorts of cool things with the UI, no one's done anything recent with it. It's all ancient scripts and stuff like that that don't really work well. EverQuest 1. I gave 2 a shot. It was dying too quick compared to WoW, and there were some other things that were keeping my interest. Tribes Ascend, I think, came out right around that same time too, and I was playing that. I still play Tribes Ascend every once in a while off stream, but it's usually against bots or whatever, because there's like a weekly pickup game. I guess there's a Discord out there that they're still playing it, but it's really rare that you see more than a couple people playing the game at once. You blame me, Buns? Why? I don't want to be blamed. I don't remember how far I got with EU2 before I gave up on that. But yeah, the graphics were great with that. The reason that I never got into WoW and never like got huge into that was I didn't like the cartoony graphics to it. It just wasn't my thing. Well, that, and I was used to playing EverQuest. And so even though nowadays World of Warcraft is like hard with the exclamation marks and no corpse retrieval or anything like that, I felt it was lazy back then. I was in that camp. I was in the camp of EverQuest people where, I mean, EverQuest was also before like Twitch was a thing, like the real rise of EverQuest. And so like you didn't have you had Alakazam and things like that, but you didn't really have a wiki. And so, like, the new stuff, you had to know someone. You had to. There was that required social thing. Like, I wanted forever for Pantheon to be an actual thing. For those who know what Pantheon is, it's probably never coming out. And I'm certainly not giving them my money at this point. But I would have loved for that to come out and actually be a success. Well, I mentioned the corpse run thing, and I have fond memories of sleepers. Not really, but at the same time I do. But yeah, even at that point, EverQuest was sort of ditching. They were getting into graveyards and stuff. My main starting was a wizard. I sort of got tired of being a port tool. Hey, zone me here tool. And so I switched over to Beast Lord when that came out. And, well, I dual boxed them for a long time. My guild wouldn't allow me to dual box them in raids unless there wasn't, like, anyone around, but... And the guild I was in, the creator of EQ Windows was in my guild. And so... we had a few boxers. City of Heroes, I remember when that came out. I don't think I ever really did. I was never huge. My dad was huge into comics. And regardless of my dad being huge into comics and trying his best to get me into comics as a kid, I never was really... And so, yeah, it didn't really do things for me. But actually, a good friend of mine in college was really into that game. Before I went to culinary school college. But I think we have some warm water now. Let's see. Is this going to keep a boil after I remove the lid? Let's remove the lid and let it come up to a boil without the lid. You looked away, didn't you, chat? You stopped looking at my water. How dare you look away, chat? Well, it's too late now. Now it's boiling. You had to look at it before it was boiling. Maybe I should just start attempting to boil water stream where I set the water temp just below where it gets to a boil and see if people join in. It'd probably get partnered. you'd see, you know, live stream fails. You'd have like so and so subscribes, and there's actually a bubble. That's something that I could actually code, menu. Actually, I even have all of the stuff to do it. I might have to create something creative in order to actually turn the knob. But, I mean, that's something that either a Pi Zero or a Raspberry Pi could handle, along with a bot software and either a small motor or a solenoid. The problem is, would the bot do it in time? I've actually got, I think, 2 Pi Zeros that I'm not doing anything with. I had plans for them. I was going to do stuff with them. I have a third one that I use on my stereo for like Spotify, which I can't live without anymore. I'm going in with all of this pasta at once. That's why I'm making sure this is at a good solid boil, by the way, chat. Just, yeah, that's about right with inflation. A proper, profitable stream. Yeah, that's about right with inflation right now. Like my stream doesn't quite cover my gas money. Yeah. Did I mention I don't drive anywhere, chat? Going in with our pasta into the boil. Let's get rid of our flour. That pasta up to the surface yet? Gotta be close. I stopped the music again, didn't I? A little pinch of salt on that, so you can actually taste our pasta. Little clumpage. We add some chili to our pasta. There, we'll just do that. I stopped it again. So there we go, chat. There's our Cincinnati Chili with onions, beans, and cheese. Five-way. Get ourselves a photo here. Buttons found vibe. We got a couple of photos there. As usual, I'll be throwing the photos up in the Discords. Let's see who's out there on Twitch tonight. You know, chat, I think it's been at least a year since I've rated someone playing Fortnite. It's been quite a while since I've seen someone play some Fortnite. And so, I think I'm gonna make all of you watch someone who's playing Fortnite tonight. I'm gonna send all of you lovely folks to hang out with an old friend of mine from Mixer days, a lovely streamer. I try to rate him about once a month, maybe more. We'll see. I hope you enjoy hanging out with him. I'm gonna send you all off to go hang out with Clay Carrington. He does book readings. He plays all sorts of different games on stream. He does a lot of what is that game? The participation Jackbox, something like that. He does a lot of that. But he's playing Fortnite tonight. So I'm gonna send you all to go hang out with that lovely old gentleman. And I'm gonna go and enjoy this while it's still lovely looking. I'm certain that this is gonna be. Why don't we actually give this a quick try before I actually send you off? Let you know that this is as amazing as it looks. Wow, that chili is great. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, chat. I'm going to be back here on Sunday. I'm going to be making a pie on Sunday. It's sort of like a traditional pie, but I'm going to be filling it with chicken and gravy. So I hope you come to join me for that. I hope you all have a lovely evening. Good night, everyone.